All right, mock drafts are about to get hot and heavy here, and we've got guys around the station have done their mock drafts for the Saints. So let's see if we like these or not. We'll start with Raymond. Kalijah Kancey. Some people are calling him the next Aaron Donald because they both went to Pitt. A lot of people are high on him. So it just kind of depends on what you want. Do you want, the real beefy defensive tackle, or do you want a quick guy? So I'm okay either way. The Saints are more of a big body defensive lineman guy than a short, quick defensive lineman guy. So I kind of think they won't pick him, but I'm good with that. Has a guard in the second round. You never can go wrong with offensive linemen. Okay, a lot of people think the Saints ought to draft a running back. Raymond went with Etching from A&M. I'm okay with that, but I want a little bit more of a downhill runner. Safety from Ohio State. You can't hardly ever go wrong with picking Ohio State with the Saints, and I love the safety guy. Now, look, the Saints need a wide receiver, but here's my thing. I hate hyphenated last names, okay? So if you're going to have a hyphenated last name, you better be a great player. So if you're a great player and you drafted him in the first or second round, I'm okay. It's worth the hyphenated last name. But if you're drafting a guy who might be a camp body, no hyphenated last name. So I say no on that. Jacorian Bennett's a great name. Cornerback is a position of strength. I'm okay with picking that as late as the 5th or 6th round. But here's the worst one. Stetson Bennett. First of all, no quarterbacks. I don't want the Saints to pick a quarterback in the 7th round, much less anything earlier than that. And I certainly don't want a dodo head like Stetson Bennett on the team. So I say no on that. Tight end at the end. I think I'm good with drafting a tight end late. Remember, in the 7th round, remember when Marcus Colston was drafted, he was technically drafted as a tight end. Now, he was basically a big wide receiver, which is what he played for the Saints. But so I got some good memories of drafting tight ends in the 7th round. All right, so we're going to go to James's mock draft. James is doing something in the 2nd round that I think is the big first question for the Saints. Are they going to entertain an edge rusher? He has B.J. Ojulari and from LSU. I think he's going to be a good player. I'm all for that. But I don't know if the Saints are going to go an edge rusher. He also has a defensive tackle, Breesy from Clemson, going at 29. I kind of think he's going to be gone by that point. But if he does fall to that point, I'm perfectly good with that. Wide receiver is another popular pick. He goes with a Wake Forest wide receiver in A.T. Perry. The Saints drafted a wide receiver from Wake Forest one time many years ago, Kenny Duckett. He's dead now, so I don't know if that's going to have anything to do with A.T. Perry. But I like that pick. Deuce Vaughn, what a great name. I mean, it's cool to have a good running back, but it's really cool to have a running back with a great name. So I like the name Deuce Vaughn is a great name. Defensive tackle, I'm all good for that. Guard, you can't go wrong there. Now, the linebacker from Utah, his name is going to be very difficult to pronounce for a lot of people. So I'm a little iffy with that all the way in round 7. But they do need, with the loss of Ellis, a linebacker, and then Jay Ward, the cornerback from LSU. I got to tell you, I kind of like, now again, I don't know whether the Saints are going to go edge rusher with at 29 or 40. So that's kind of a little bit of a risky thing because I kind of think they're not going to. But other than that, I really like James's. I'm cool with that. Here we go again. A repeat. Did they cheat? Did Matt cheat off of James or did James cheat off of Matt? They have the same 2 first-round picks. Defensive tackle from Clemson, edge rusher from LSU, Ojulari. So I don't need to say now. The 3rd round pick, I'm not a Nathaniel Dale guy. Look, Nathaniel Dale had a nice season for Houston. I do not like midget receivers. I like blockout receivers, power forwards at wide receiver. That's what the Saints. So I think the Saints need a wide receiver. Not a big fan of Nathaniel Dale. McBride, running back, 4th round. I'm totally good with that. Here's another Jacorian Bennett. He's interesting. Now, he has him 2 rounds higher than Raymond had him. Zach Kuntz, the tight end from ODU. They do need a tight end. Look, Carlton Martial. I'm sick of seeing Carlton Martial. I don't want the Saints to draft him. Like, I have nothing against Sunbelt players, but Carlton Martial's been playing at Troy for 56 years. Like, enough with Carlton Martial, so I'll say no to that. The Saints need a running back, Cameron Peoples, in the 7th round. You know what's interesting? Because the running back from App State a few years ago, I can't remember his name, that was really good. He didn't really make it. So I don't know if I trust him. But I like the idea of picking a running back. So overall, I'm starting to think Matt might have cheated off James. I'm not sure there, but I don't know that I would go with that one. All right, let's see with Dawson. Defensive tackle from Baylor. Like him. I like Jamar Gibbs. I don't know that they would pick him. I think if they can get Bijan Robinson in the 1st round, they'll do it. I don't know if they'll pick one in the 2nd round, but I do like the versatility that a Gibbs gives you. Here we go with Perry again from Wake Forest. I got no problem with that. Linebacker from Tulane. Dorian Williams I'm good with. Gerard Clark, another defensive tackle. Safety from Memphis. Andre Jones gives them an edge rusher, but not real early. So I think that's interesting. And then a running back from USC. Now, the only thing I wish is that Dawson would have had a running back a little higher than the 7th round, a little bit higher. This grade here, though, I'm not sure. You got a running back in the 2nd round with Gibbs. That's true. I did like him. Now, the interesting thing is on this thing we're looking at, it gives a lot of people are not as high on the Baylor guy as other people. So we'll see how that plays out. I think I like Dawson's the best. I think I would put Dawson's 1st, James 2nd, Raymond's 3rd, and Matt's 4th. And no cheating in the future, guys, when we do this again. Off of you.